What's going on, guys? Today's video, we're going to talk about anxiety and depression and how you can defeat your anxiety and depression, how I defeated my anxiety and depression through not being aimless. So what happens is you might have become successful already and you become aimless after you become successful. I've got clients who did a startup. I know this is an extremely rare situation, but I'm going to give you another situation where I lived in my car in Los Angeles. When I first moved out there, I got into a toxic relationship. I started in my car on the streets of Hollywood. I was aimless. Then I got a little opportunity and things started getting better and better and better. And it can also happen to people who are extremely successful. Like, I've got a client who hit it big on a startup, and now he's basically retired and he's having a hard time finding his next path. And when you don't know what direction you're going next, you're aimless. When you're aimless, you're gonna have anxiety because anxiety comes from being aimless. If you don't know where you're going, you're just sitting there with your thoughts ruminating, and it's the most horrible feeling ever. So let me start with my situation. I moved out to Los Angeles, met a girl. She ended up having a personality disorder. Everything was fireworks and amazing and love, everything was going great until it wasn't. And when it wasn't, there's an immediate situation that happened and the whole thing flipped upside down. I know all of a sudden the dark side of this person came out in one instance, and then it never flipped back over to the other side. I saw the true person. Once you get all the way out there, away from your friends, family, you have no job, they're pushing you, building you up. I was very young, 26, 27, moved out to LA. Always from a small town, Nashville, Tennessee. Always from a small town, Bellevue, even smaller, west of Nashville. And then all of a sudden you're in Los Angeles. And this situation was, I was getting pushed up. This person was supporting and giving me that they were older than me, and I was just too young. I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know the dynamics of a relationship yet. So here I am out in Los Angeles, and then all of a sudden this person starts attacking me, even physically, emotionally, spiritually, verbally, everything, for hours a day, hours and hours and hours and hours, to the point where my skin fell off of my arms. All the skin on my arms fell off because I was so stressed. I'm itching my skin's falling off, I'm stressed. I was in great shape. 10% body fat, 7% body fat, somewhere in that range, 195 pounds, 200. And all of a sudden I'm in Los Angeles, and then the person that I moved out there to be with has gone mad. They're attacking me all day long for 8 hours a day. They're gnarly, angry, violent. And I was so caught up in that I couldn't get out of it, because that was my only resource of connection. And I'd fallen in love with this person. It was weak. Well, in the beginning, it all started out fireworks for over a year. And then when you moved in with the person, it got crazy. So I have to go to my car. I run away. I get out of there. Break up. I'm in my car on the streets of Hollywood. And I've got like a blanket. It's cold. And I'm in my Honda Civic hatchback, skin's falling off my arms, confused, super depressed. That anxiety from confusion, and it starts doubling down, compounding. It takes a while to get out of that. I don't want to keep on going with the story because there's multiple elements to the story and it goes on for a while, but eventually I became successful as a personal trainer in Los Angeles. Trained some royal family members, train the stars, artists, such as like Andre 3000 from Outkast. You might know them. Sorry, this ice maker's crazy. Andre 3000. I got to train him, worked with him. We worked together for a little while he was getting ready for a movie. And I'm not gonna say which royal family, but they had the most expensive property in the world at the time, and I was training on that property, and I got the honor to work with that family. And that was so I went from living in my car to working with the top people in the world. and being around, rubbing shoulders with the top people in the world. And that gave me direction. Then I got into this early retirement phase where you focus on, because once you start making money, you don't know what to do with it. So I thought the best thing to do was to get rich. And how do you get rich? You go on the internet and look on how to get rich. Well, you save half of your money, invest it. You don't save it, you invest it. Invest as much as you possibly. If you can get to 80% investment rate, savings rate, you can retire in like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. If you get 50%, it'll take you like 10 or something. So I tried to get to 50, 60%. I get about halfway to retirement and I realize I'm like 35, 37, 38, 39, I'm 40 now. And I try it. I try to do this early retirement. I break up with my girlfriend. I think this is boring. We've been so stable for 7 years. It's time to move on to something else. I'm successful now. I'm good looking. I'm young, got money. And guess what? Depression and anxiety comes back in. You know why? Because you're aimless. Because you went from going to get the money to invest the money to retire. And then once you get to retirement, what are you going to do? You're still depressed because you haven't built a life. So come back to Nashville, reorient myself. I said, I need to get back. I need to get out of this crazy city. I met a girl in Dubai. I'm going to come back, marry this girl in Dubai, bring her over here, traditional girl, because I was in Los Angeles. It's crazy. Everything's crazy. 2019, 2020, 21, it's all crazy. I've had my car stolen, been assaulted, just crazy stuff. I'm driving around to every single client every day. And then I decided to do this retirement. So then I'm like up in the mountains by myself riding my bike. I don't want to go to the gym because why am I going to the gym? Who cares? I've already been a bodybuilder in the past. I've had abs. Who cares? I'm not in a relationship. I'm just on these dating apps. Who cares? I got into a funk. And then I hit my head on my motorcycle. Up in the mountains in Santa Clarita, I'm riding with a buddy. We're racing through the mountains. I fly off something happened. I hit a jump and smacked my head. I don't know. Next thing I know, I'm in the emergency room. Supposedly, I drove down the mountain with my buddy. I told him that I hit my head. I don't remember this. I said, hey, I hit my head. We go down to the truck. We loaded up the bikes and we drove down the interstate. While I'm concussed, I call my family and I'm talking to them. And my brother's like, oh man, I was crying, then I was laughing. I was making jokes. So retirement isn't going to make you happy unless you already have a life. So I came back here, started jujitsu. That gave me some direction and purpose. Gave me a family, gave me a community, gave me a goal, and it gave me self-esteem and confidence because I had all these talents, skills, and abilities that I could use. I could use my physical attributes. I'm naturally athletic, and I could use that in jujitsu. And then everyone liked me because I was the strong guy, but I'm a good sport. I'm not there to beat people up, although I was pretty rough in the beginning. I was just kind of a savage. Then I calmed down. And so essentially, the jiu-jitsu coach said, that ain't gonna work on me, buddy. He even was like, dude, you gotta chill out. I was going crazy. I was just releasing all my rage and I just freak out. I just go into wrestle mode. In wrestling, you're very, very aggressive. So basically, if you're aimless like that, so I had to come back and build a life that I want to live for a really long time. And you don't even know what that is in the beginning. So if you think things are going to get better when you get money, it's not. You need to build a life that you want to live now. You have to address goals. Like if you're in a job that you don't like, you need to get the book, Design Your Life, and you need to go down what don't you like about your job. And coaching has been a way for me to create a lot of wealth, and also I get to reach my financial goals. I also get to help people reach their goals. There's nothing more fun than coaching someone through what I've been through, depression and anxiety, and then have them get jacked and tan and rich and successful with women or whatever that, if their life sucks and they start getting some confidence and they start feeling better. I took a guy who came out to me and Richard, and he showed up, he had a hole in his pants, his genitals were hanging out, he had no underwear on, he looked homeless, his fingernails were long, He had dirt under his fingernails. He has, you know, kind of like, not gel tattoos, just kind of like kitchen, like just really rough tattoos. And he's up from like upstate New York, jean shorts cut off with a hole in them, like I said, and for his first training session. And here we are, like in my luxury apartments, and he's sticking out like a sore thumb, and and I'm just like, all right, he looks half homeless, and I'm not picking on the guy. I'm just saying, like, so I was like, bro, do you have any shorts? No. It's like, all right, come to my apartment. I gave him some shorts. He, you know, I said, just keep them. And this guy was paying a lot of money, you know, like, you know, he's paying, you know, I don't know, 125 a session, I think, and for an hour training session. And then I got him set up on the diet. You know, he's paying a lot of money, right? This is a lot, but that's what you need to have leverage on yourself. And he committed to the diet. He committed fully. And he went from 175 pounds looking homeless to 200 pounds. And he went from homeless to James Hetfield, like the Metallica lead singer. And he just looks like a badass, essentially. And he cleaned up. He got a haircut. I got mine just. He got his hairs cut, right? Looking sharp. I noticed his fingernails were cut. He gained 25 pounds of muscle. I'll show you some photos. He lost fat and gained muscle. He went from 175 to 200, and he looks smaller. Looks less body fat. This was in like 3 months, like ridiculous. I had him eating 6 meals a day, like 250 grams of protein, and training 5 days a week. And then I got him into jujitsu, and that helped him even more, because now you're taking like a wounded dog and you're throwing him in with a pack. And now he's got to socialize and learn how to socialize and wrestle and grapple on the ground and be all sweaty and choke each other out and tap out and socialize. That's what you need. So I love that stuff. I took another guy who's a lawyer, and really intelligent guy. And he went from thinking that he was just a fat, skinny Asian kid to a ripped, muscular, you know, that's what he called himself, fat, skinny Asian lawyer, right? Skinny fat, belly, and then next thing you know, he's got a six-pack, because he absolutely just doubled down on the diet, and he got a six-pack. And afterwards, he thanked me, and he said, I just want to thank you so much for everything you've done. It helped me realize that I could actually obtain things just by working on them. So this is a big thing. Carol Dweck wrote this book. Carol Dweck, I believe it is. It's Growth Mindset book. Just look that up. Growth Mindset book, Carol Dweck. I believe that's it. And I don't have it. I have it on Kindle, I believe. It's a growth mindset book. It's you know, Atomic Habits, James Clear. It's this stuff. You need a goal, but the habit is what gets you there. And a lot of people don't understand, like, if you just retire, if you don't have any aim, you're gonna be extremely depressed. A lot of people die after they retire. And here I was at 40, like, I wanted to do a dry run of this retirement, semi-retired lifestyle. It sucks. So I had to start jujitsu, I had to start a nutrition coach. And then through that, I bumped up my coaching business, because I'm getting so much benefit from the coaching that I want to share that with even more people like you guys online. So if you're in a place, in a position where you're lost, confused, depressed, anxious, you don't know where to go next, you're in a toxic relationship, you don't like the job that you're in, you're fat, you don't have as much muscle as you want, you have no confidence. I went from sleeping in my car, having no confidence, to, you know, running a six-figure training business and being semi-retired and having a lot of confidence and having a lifestyle that I really enjoy, being able to buy whatever I want, whenever I want, and do whatever I want, whenever I want to, essentially. A lot, you know, I didn't know I could do that. I was gonna go to a master's program and become a physician's assistant and do that stuff. And for a while, I wasn't even confident in my career choice, because I was just doing the cookie cutter stuff. Now I'm getting into the stuff that I really like, which is helping you guys. So the aimlessness and the depression will come from, and anxiety does come from aimlessness, and you have to start working on something. And a lot, for most people, it's, can you just get your diet together? Can you just do a workout routine? You know, I got up 3:30 this morning, went to the gym, it's 5. I'm gonna make this video, rip it, post it. And that's my aim My aim, yesterday I didn't have a workout on the books. It was a rest day. Not a good way to start the day. I slept in until 6. I didn't feel good about. I went to the gym at like 10 just to do some sets on arms, just to get my energy up. It's all about energy management. When you start physically moving and then you have something to do today, a checklist, boom, 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 that gets your energy flowing, man. And then everyone wants to be around you because you have high energy instead of low energy. Fear, greed, shame, guilt. That's low energy. Guilt, shame. If you're in guilt and shame, it's like the very, 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 very lowest form. You've got to get past guilt and shame. And one way to do that is to build your confidence by hitting the gym. If you don't know what to do, hit me up. I'll write your routine. That's what I do in my coaching. Guilt and shame. Maybe you're overweight. You feel like you could be more confident. That's guilt and shame, And once you get to neutral, there's courage right before neutrality on the energy scale. Courage, once you have that courage, where if you're about to contact me, you're starting to get some courage because you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Boom. And then you go up. You'll feel that energy rise because you got the courage to reach out and change your life. And then that's when the high energy states start coming in. So for me, to get my energy up and to get out of my anxiety and depression, I have to do this. I have to help people. And I have to take all those 10, 12, 13 years that I learned in Los Angeles, all the interactions with all these people multiple times a day, doing business, doing training, all the suffering that I went through out there in my car, even after becoming successful, still being depressed, lost, and confused. And then I come back home and then I build a life that I like. And now I can actually help people. And that's what I'm doing here. So you've got to have a goal. You just need help. When you're ready, you need help when you're ready. You can't do it because someone else wants you to do it. You have to be courageous. And then when it's ready, and you'll just do it anyways. And thanks for watching. I hope my story helps you, and use the link below if you'd like to reach out for coaching. If this video was useful to you, you can tip in the amount that it was useful to you. Smash the thumbs up. I'm trying to build this channel, and I will ask questions because I can do video responses to the questions, so I have more content for you guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.